Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the next video. So in this session we will be discussing about how to rotate an given array towards left hand side by n times. So assume that you are given with one array and you want to rotate it by n times towards left hand side. Then how you can write the logic for this one and the Java code step by step with step by step explanation I'll be writing guys. So before I start writing the code, I'll just explain once guys to how to write a code and what is the logic behind that one, so how it works. So after that I'll go to the Eclipse and start writing the code. Alright, so here you can see the question. Write a Java program and it is to rotate the given element towards the right hand side by n times. Okay, so examples you can see input array1 I have taken 10, 20, 30 and 40. So after that n value is equal to 2. That means I want to rotate the given array towards left hand side by n times, 2 times. Got it? So output will be something like this guys. You can see over here for in first run, that means when for the first time whenever I'm rotating the array, it will be like this. Towards left hand side I am trying to rotate, that means my elements will be moving towards left hand side, so it will be like this. Okay, so whatever the 0th index or the first element will be there, that will be the last element in the next round. Okay, so and the remaining elements will be shifted to the left hand side by 1. This you can understand with the help of index values. Let me just number them. So this index is 0, then it is 1, and I'm writing with the help of mouse guys. Please, if I don't write it properly, then please bear. Okay, so after that, so this is for the input, and once it is rotated by 1 time, what will be the new index values? This will be 0, this will be 1, and this will be 2, and this will be 3. Now compare what is the index value. 10 you leave because it will be coming out of the array, and this will be appended to the last position. So whatever the first element is there, that will be appended to the last value. Now see remaining elements. Okay, so 20 is at what index position? At 1th index position. But now after rotating for 1 time, it is at 0th index position. 30 is at 2nd index position, and here you can see 30 is at 1th index position. Again 40 is at 3rd index position, and now you can see it is at 2nd index position. That means array of, basically if I write in general, array of I will be equal to, so array of 0 is equal to array of 1. That means array of I, whatever new element is there, array of I, that will be equal to array of, here I will be writing array of I plus 1. So if I take an example, let me just take this 20 itself. So array of 0, that means array of a of 0 is equal to a of I plus 1, that is 0 plus 1 is 20. So 20th element is transferred to 0th index position. So this is to rotate by 1 guys. So if I want to rotate n times, then these things I need to repeat for n times. So how I can do that one? That you can do easily with the help of for loop. So you just need to write one for loop which will be running from 0 to n minus 1 times, or from 1 to n time, and inside that you will be writing the code to rotate it by 1 time. So rotating by 1 time is run for how many times? N times. So that at that moment, so it will be rotated by n times. So whenever I write code, then it will be more clear for you guys. Okay, so let me just write the code. And one thing what I want to tell is guys, basically I will not be taking like hard-coded inputs like array1 is equal to 10, 20, 30. I will not take. I will try to do it in dynamically. So that's why I will be making use of scanner class. So with the help of scanner class, I will take how many elements are there in the array. After that, I will take what are all the elements. After that, I will take how many times I want to rotate, and after that I will be printing the output. So the code will be pretty much I have to say, like, just it will be somewhat lengthy, but trust me, it will be a complete code. Okay, so this might take time, but it will be worth it. So let me just, I have already created one file and I imported the java.util.star. So now I will write a scanner object, scanner, scanner sc equal to new scanner, and here I will be writing system.in. So this will make sure that the element whatever input is taken, that is from the user. So what I will write, system.out.println enter array size, that means what is the value of capital N here. Okay, so whatever user enters, that I will be taking in N. So int N equal to sc dot next int method I will be writing. So N is basically the number of elements inside the array. So now I want to take what are all the elements. So I will write enter the array elements. So array elements I will be taking. So to store those array elements, I will be creating one empty array, so whose name is array1, and I will be writing like its size is capital N. So I have already declared. So now to take the input from user, I have to use one for loop. Starting from 0, it will be running up to less than n and I plus plus. So here I will be actually taking the array elements from the user. So I will be writing array1 of I is equal to sc dot next int method. So this will make sure that whatever the user enters, that will be stored inside a given array. So now first I will write the code to rotate it by one position. After that I will copy the code and put it inside another for loop. So let me just write for one time. So what I can do is, guys, basically as I already told, here you need to copy the first element and store it inside a temporary variable. After that, remaining all elements should be shifted to left hand side by 1. That means a of I equal to a of I plus 1 I have to do. So if I do that one, then I will be shifting all the element towards left hand side by 1 position, and yeah, so after that I will put it inside a for loop. So let me just do the same thing in front of you. Okay, so I'll go to the Eclipse now, and yeah, so here what I can do is basically take an temporary variable int temp, and after that copy the first element. So first element will be at 0th index, so that I have copied. So int temp equal to array1 of 0. So now for what I can write, for int I is equal to, from 0th index I will be starting because I want to copy from the 0th index, right? So for int I is equal to 0, yeah, so after that I should be less than array1 dot length minus 1, and after that I plus plus. Got it? So this is how I can declare, and here y is missing, so I will write that one. Okay, so once you have written like this, and now array1 of I should be equal to, as I already told this logic, guys, array1 of I plus 1. So if I write like this, it will be shifted to left hand side. Okay, so this is it. And now at the end, whenever you have shifted the remaining elements, so the first element whatever you have copied, that should be inserted at the last position. So what I can do is array1 of, so last element I have to point, so array1 dot length minus 1 I will take. Okay, so array1 dot length minus 1 is equal to temp I have to write, so that it will point to the last. So this is basically to point the last element in the array, guys, and that will be that will be overridden, or that will be stored with the temp value, which is basically the 0th index or first element. So basically I am taking this element and trying to store at this position. So this will be array dot length minus 1. So array dot length means 4 and minus 1 means third index value. So that's why I am making minus 1 here. Got it? So that's it, guys, and once you are done with this, I'll just print the results, guys, so that you can understand properly. So let me just do it for you. Okay, so yeah, I think I missed something over here, guys. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, fine. Okay, so here what I will do, I will use one for each loop for int I, and I will write array1. So inside this thing, system.out.println I plus and space I want. So basically I want my elements back. Alright, so I can just run this one. Let me just save this one, guys, and try to run. enter the size of elements. Let us take 4. After that, elements are 1 2 3 4, and if I hit enter, you can see my elements are rotated towards left hand side by 1 position. So 1 is there and it is copied to the last position, and 2 is shifted to left hand side by 1 position, 3 is to left hand side by 1, and 4 is to left hand side by 1. So this is how you can rotate it for 1 time, guys. Now it's time to rotate it for n times. So for that I have to take another input, that is let me just write one first, system.out.println, and I will say how many times you want to rotate. Got it? So whatever the user enters, like how many times he is willing to rotate, that I will store it in another variable that will be of integer type, and let me just take some value for that one, or some name. So I will be taking number of times, so it is doing the same thing. So whatever work it does, it is better to take with the same name. So sc.nextInt method I will use, guys, and I'll terminate with next the semicolon. Got it? So after that, what I will do, whatever the code, this is the core logic to rotate the element by 1 time. Okay, so this I will copy, I will cut, basically I will cut it. Okay, so after that I will write one for loop, which is basically running for number of times. That means how many times I want to rotate, that many times I will be running. And I will be taking another variable called j equal to 0, and j should be less than number of times, and j plus plus. So this is to rotate number of times or n times, whatever you want you can take. So number of time I have taken there, so that's why it is showing me the error. So I will make it as times. Okay, so once I am done with that, whatever to rotate for 1 time, that code I have copied, that I will paste it inside for loop. So I have pasted now. So you can see, so this code is basically to rotate the array by 1 time, and this is running how many times, number of times it is running. Okay, so here it is running, and after that I am printing the last array over here. Got it? So how many times I want to run, that many times it will be changing here, and this is also taken dynamically. User enters this one as well. So I'll just show you the demo, guys. Got it? So let me just execute this one, and yeah, 4 elements are there, and those elements are 1 2 3 4. If I hit enter, it will ask another time how many times I want to rotate. Let me just take it as 2, and if I hit enter, you can see my array has been rotated for 2 times towards left, so that I'm getting 3 4 and 1 2. So just okay, so now I will take this one, 10 20 30 40, right? So that I will show you here how many elements, 4 10 20 30 and 40. How many times you want to rotate? 2 times, and answer is 30 40 10 20. Just cross check, 30 40 10 20. So the required answer we are getting, so that means our logic is perfect. Alright guys, so like this you will be writing a simple program to rotate the given array towards left hand side by n times. So whatever I have written up to this, guys, up till this, whatever I have written, it is just to take the input from the user. So this is not my core logics, and whatever I have written over here, this is to print the output. So whatever core logic is there, it is just 1 2 3 4 and 5 lines. So that is enough, guys, to rotate the elements of array. But to make it a dynamic program, I have written some extra lines, and I hope you like that. Yes, so whenever you are writing in actual in actual coding grounds or in actual industry, then you will be writing each and everything like this only. So that's why it is better to practice in the same way. So that's why I write each and every program in a dynamic way. I never take the input hard coded. So that's it in this video, guys. I hope you like this. You can support us by like, sharing and subscribing the channel. So see you in the next one. Have a nice day.